G'day, Chief. Welcome to the Inner Chief podcast and this special episode, which we call the Mini Chief. These are short, sharp highlights from our fabulous CEO guests, where you get a 5 to 10 minute snapshot of the highlights from their episode. Righto, Chief. Without further ado, here is the Mini Chief episode for this week with America's #1 LinkedIn coach, Ted Prodromou. Okay, so let's talk about if this is becoming more and more a content marketing platform. Can you explain to us what that actually means, and when people are posting content, what are some of the rules so it has a really positive impact on their career and what they're doing? What are some of the rules they should follow?
So my strategy is, I've learned this over the years, I post a lot of other people's content. A lot of people, I'll post other LinkedIn experts' content from their blogs, and I'll share that. And people go, why are you sharing your competitors' information? Like, because I thought it was a good article, a great tip. And I learned this from Dan Kennedy years and years. When I was learning marketing, when I was failing as a coach, he always said, the pie is big enough for all of us. You don't need to go after your competitors and destroy them.
So true. So true.
Think about, there's just unlimited opportunities for everybody, because certain people will gravitate towards me. You have certain people that gravitate towards you, and other people want to go with other people that are our competitors, which is fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so much more fun working with people that you have things in common with, and they like you and you like them, rather than just doing work to make money.
Exactly. I mean, I think one thing that people often view networking, and LinkedIn is a networking tool in many ways, they view it as what am I going to get out of it? And the way that I like to think about LinkedIn is it's a bit like a community that you're a part of, and there's givers and there's takers. And who do people like? Who are people drawn to? The givers, right?
Right.
They're not drawn to people that constantly take or constantly look as though they're self-serving or pushing their own agenda above everyone else's. The people that everyone's drawn to are those that just give. And that's, you put it out in the world, and the world will pay you back in the right way that's good for you.
Right.
I think that's the way to think about content.
Exactly. If it's something you enjoyed reading, whoever wrote it, share it with your network, because then they'll think, oh, wow, Ted's really well-rounded. He likes this kind of content too.
Mm. How often should
people perceive you as an expert? That's one thing I've learned since I wrote these books. Like, people say, wow, you're so famous now. I'm like, I just kind of laugh. My daughter got married this summer, and the nephews and nieces all came from all over the country. And one of them came up to my son. He goes, wow, your dad is so famous now. It's amazing. And I'm just thinking, I'm the same old guy I was 10 years ago.
Just a bigger platform, right?
And one of my wife's coworkers, her husband came up to her and said, wow, Ted is all over the internet, man. He is just crushing it. And I'm just laughing because it's, I wrote 20% of the content I'm sharing, and 80% I'm sharing other people's. I've got it all automated through a program called Sendable. It's pumping content out there with my name associated with it. So even if I share an article from Forbes magazine, people perceive me with Forbes magazine because they see my name with Forbes. So it's all perception. Subconsciously, they're thinking, oh, wow, he's posting like 10 or 12 times a day on social media. He must be really famous and really know what he's doing. So consistency.
If you're going to write, so your ratio is share about 80% of other people's content, then 20% of your own. Is that right?
Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of content marketing experts.
Okay. Now, how many times a week should someone be posting, do you think?
As much as you can.
Okay, there's no limit, right?
Don't sit there and blast. Sometimes I'll connect with someone on LinkedIn and I see them all of a sudden they're posting like 6 or 7 times an hour. It's like,
oh, wow.
That's too much.
Yeah.
I do like 6 to 10 posts a day on LinkedIn throughout the day.
Yes. Okay. If you're going to develop your own content, that is, write an article or something like that, how should people go about that?
Well, I cheated. I wrote 4 books now, so I hired someone to go through the manuscripts.
Yep.
And they created social media posts from excerpts from the books. And then I have those in these queues in Sendable, so they're just always going and recycling.
Yeah.
So each post comes back about every 3 or 4 months because I've got so many posts queued up now.
Yeah, sure.
But otherwise, I actually blocked out time to start writing 1 article a week.
Chief, there you have it for this week with our mini Chief episode. All the links and everything can be found in the show notes. Just go to chiefmaker.com/340. And if you'd like to stay in touch with Chiefmaker, just go to chiefmaker.com/subscribe. Now, Chief, do you find yourself at work in one of those incredibly stressful moments where you've got someone on your team that either isn't performing or is behaving poorly, and you know deep down that it needs a difficult conversation? One of those ones that can keep you up at night. You know, if you get wrong, there's going to be HR issues, but you know, if you get right, could actually be a little bit career defining, and it will make life so much better for so many people, but you just keep putting it off and off and off. Well, Chief, we've created the ultimate resource for you. It is called Difficult Conversations. Download, it's not hard, but what's in it is what's most powerful. The mindsets, the frameworks, and even some of the scripts, the words to use to make those conversations much more easy. Just go to chiefmaker.com/difficult and you could download the full resource right there. Righto, Chief. As always, remember to stay epic.